Fine, good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Students, all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. So please, all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. So have you all taken? Have you all taken? So please take your computer textbooks in your hand. So take your mobile phones and watch the online class, okay? So welcome to our today's online class, students. So now we are studying about the chapter 8. So what's the title of our chapter? So what's the title? Strings and string manipulation. So this chapter fully we are studying about strings, isn't it? So what do you mean by strings? Collection of characters we are calling as strings. So last class we have studied one important 5-mark question. Very important 5-mark questions. So what's the important 5-mark question? String operators. So have you all studied? So I asked you to study and write in your notebook. Isn't it? So have you all studied and written? Have you all written that? So please, what are the homeworks I have given and what are the portions and what are the questions I asked you to study. So please study daily's portion, okay? Please don't waste time. At last you won't get time for you to study, okay? So please study daily's portion. So today we are going to study about first title is escape sequence in Python. Okay, so what's the topic? Escape sequence. So what do you mean by escape sequence? So in program, you might have seen the symbol called backslash. Okay, so you might have seen the symbol, the most of the programming, they have given the symbol in backslash. So escape backslash n, backslash t. Last year C++ program also, they in each line they will give sometimes backslash t, backslash n. Backslash t means tab, backslash n means new line. So here in Python also, the escape sequence starts with the symbol backslash. Okay, so what's the symbol used for in escape sequence in Python? Backslash. Okay, this is all important 1-mark question. So which symbol they used for escape sequences in Python? Which is symbol? Backslash. Okay, so using this backslash symbol, we are going to use for different purposes in our programming language. Okay, so using this backslash symbol, we are going to use with the symbol in different forms in the Python programming. Okay, so already we have studied. So if you are giving some strings or some paragraphs or some sentences, you should in Python you should give the sentences or words or anything you should give in single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. So already you know. Some characters will come with apostrophe means you can't able to give in single quotes. You should give within triple quotes or double quotes, isn't it? But using this escape sequence, you can able to give in single quotes. Even if you are using apostrophes, you can able to use single quotes to represent the particular sentence. But simply if apostrophe some word, it's raining. So there it's in between it and is, yes. So apostrophe will be there. So likewise the apostrophe is there means you can't able to represent the string within single quotes. That already you have studied. But using this escape sequence or backslash, which is symbol backslash. Using this backslash you can able to represent the sentence using single quotes also. Okay. If you are giving in single quotes with apostrophes, the entire sentence you can able to give in backslash and the sentence will display as it is. Okay. So that only they have given. When you have used single quote to represent string, all single quotes inside string must be escaped. What's the meaning? So if you are giving that apostrophes some words, all the if you are giving inside the single quote means the entire sentence will get escaped. You can't get the output. But you need to give in double quotes. If you are using this backslash symbol, you can able to give in single quote. Understand? This and all very important questions. Okay. Understand about escape sequence? So see this example. So normally if you are giving a sentence like this, they said what's there. So here apostrophe is there, isn't it? So you can't able to give inside the single quotes. So you should give within triple quotes or double quotes. So first sentence they are giving The sentence they are giving inside, see, triple quotes. Here triple quotes are ending with triple quotes, but inside what's there? What's there? This sentence they are giving inside double quotes. So the output you will get like this. They said, comma, what's there? This is the normal format. But using this escape sequence, you can able to use single quotes. See the next sentence. Same sentence, you are not using triple quotes. See, only you are using single quote, starting with single quote and ending with single quote. So don't get confused. This is a triple quote, okay? So here, see, words in between the words they are giving in double quotes. That double quotes only ending here. Then one more quote is starting. This quote is closed at the last one. Okay. So listen. What's there? See, this is the single apostrophe. So backslash with this apostrophe, if you are giving means you can able to give the sentence in single quote. Understand? But normally, if you are giving without this escape sequence means the Python program will throw the error. That already you know. But using this escape sequence or backslash character, you can able to give inside single quote with the backslash symbol. See, in between apostrophes, one single quote, backslash with one single quote you are giving, but the sentence is displayed inside. What are they? Whatever you are given inside the single quote, the sentence will display as it is. Understand? See, next thing, next sentence, you can also able to give the backslash with double quotes also. This is a backslash with single quote. Next thing, backslash with double quote. Okay. So here also apostrophe one character is there. So you can also able to give this backslash with double quote. Okay. So like this, if you give means also you can able to get. So this is not he, they only. Okay. So printing mistake, the output won't come he, they. So they said comma, see, apostrophe is there, but you have given the entire sentence in backslash with double quote. See, the output is displayed as it is you are given. Understand about escape sequence? So what's the use of escape sequence? So if some letters which starts with single quotes or apostrophes, you can't able to give inside single quotes. So but using this backslash character, you can able to give in single quotes as well as double quotes using backslash symbol. Understand? So listen. So this like tabular columns, each and every tabular column is very important. Okay, this and all you should know. Sometimes they will ask for 1 more question, sometimes they will ask for 2 more questions also. So these are the symbols, escape sequence symbols are supported by Python. So these are the symbols you are using in your program. So just once read it, okay, that's all. Backslash new line means, so what's the meaning? So backslash n if you give means, backslash new line means it will automatically, it will come to next line. So this symbol double backslash means the meaning is backslash. So already we have studied backslash single quote represents single quote character. Backslash double quote means it will represent double quote character. So backslash a means so ASCII bell characters. Okay. Backslash b means backspace. F means form feed. N means that means new line. New line. R means it will return to new line. R means carriage return. So this and all simply once you read. No need to by God. Just once you read. If they ask for 1 more questions, you should know. These are the users in a Python programming. So don't by God it. Just read it. That's all. Okay. So next we are going to study about format of function. Okay, very important question. Format of function. So in this chapter, each heading, so each title they will use some symbols for each and everything. Format of function, some symbol. Then backslash means some symbol. Likewise, the string operators, concatenation, separate symbol. So each and everything separate symbols will be there. That's a very important. Okay. Surely they will ask book inside 1 marks from this. So which symbol is used for concatenation and which symbol is used for format of function. So you should thorough with all the symbols. Okay. So next thing is format of function. Okay. So this function is mainly used to format the strings. Okay. What's the main use of this format of function? To format the strings. Okay. What do you mean by format means? Next I'll explain. Okay. So this is the very important function in our Python programming. If you are doing some calculations, adding two numbers, multiplication two numbers, or entering two strings. So like some calculations if you are doing means we can able to give inside this formatter function. Okay, that is formatting. You can able to give formulas inside, or you can able to add three numbers or some expressions you can give. So that's the use of formatter functions. Okay, so this is a very powerful function in Python. Here, which symbol is used to format a function means curly brace. Okay, so which symbol we are using in format a function? Curly braces. Okay, so this symbol we are used as an placeholders. Okay, so what's the use of this symbol? This symbol is used as placeholders. That means it will replace particular field with this symbol. So instead of if we need to write some formulas, or if we need to enter two numbers, simply if you need to give inside bracket. Very simply you will enter. To replace that, so instead of that place, you are using which symbol? Curly brace. So we are using curly braces as placeholders. That means it will hold some values. Okay, so it will hold. So what are the things if you are inserting this one? So if you are entering strings mean it will hold the string. If you are entering some numbers mean it hold the numbers. Okay, so we are calling this curly braces as an placeholders. So it are replacement fields, or that means it will replace the particular things with some field you are entering. Okay, so in a program if you need to use formatter function means the function name is format. So this is the name of the function, formatter. Okay, so any program if you see this formatter function with curly brace means you should know this is a formatter function. Very important question, 2 points you have studied. So what's the meaning of formatter function? It is a very important tool in our Python programming language, mainly used to format the strings. Okay, so which symbol is used to format the strings means curly braces. Okay, so curly braces are we are calling as an placeholders in Python language. Okay, so in program we are using this function with the name formatter. Understand? Very important question. So see the example. So here they are going to add two numbers. Okay. So for that you are first what you need to do? You need to enter two numbers. Okay. Num1 and num2. Okay. Two numbers you are going to enter. So first number you are entering with the variable num1. So the number is a data type of int. So int. So which function to input giving some numbers are input of function. Num1 equal to say input of number 1. First number you are going to enter. Okay. Then num2 second number. So input of number 2. So two numbers you have enter. So if you execute this program means in output screen you will get these two lines. Okay. Next you are going to print the sum of the two number. Okay. So normally what you will do to sum? Simply you will add two numbers. Okay, but you are going to use formatter function to add two numbers. Listen. So formatter function means which symbol you need to use? Curly braces. So in printf statement you are going to give some sentence. So the sum of. Okay, the sum of. What's the meaning of this curly brace? What values you are giving, that value will hold inside the curly brace. The sum of two curly braces you are giving. First curly brace and second curly brace. What's the meaning? Sum of first number. If you are entering the first number, that value will taken by first curly brace. And the number 2, if you are entering some value, that value is taken by second curly brace. Is what's the meaning? So after adding the two numbers, the result will be stored in third curly brace. So only we are calling these curly braces are placeholders. So that place values you are going to insert here. Understand? So what's the meaning of this one? The sum of three curly braces here giving in program. So what's the meaning? So first number is stored in first curly brace. Second number is getting in second curly brace. And the sum you are giving, no, that value is stored in third curly brace. Understand? So you have given the curly braces. Then you need to give or add two numbers. For that, which function you are using? Formatter function. So what's the syntax for using formatter function? Formatter function starts with format of. So Always you need to know. So things you are giving means after you should put one dot. Curly brace dot. Okay. Dot. Format of function. See, listen here. So how many numbers you are entering? Based on this only you can able to give this curly brace. Okay. Listen. How many numbers you are entering? 2. So what are the numbers? Num1, comma num2. So num1, comma num2. So what value you are entering here? That value will stored in curly brace. Understand? So format of num1, comma num2. So you have entered. Then third curly brace. What's the meaning? So you are going to add two numbers and store the result in curly brace. So inside the bracket, you should add two numbers. What are the numbers? Num1 plus num2. So how many brackets will be there? Please understand it. Num1 plus num2. So this bracket closed. Then format of, that's the second bracket you need to close. Then starting the print of, that's the third bracket. So this line starting from here to ending here. Understand the meaning of format of function? So how many things you are going to give input, that one you need to call. Then inside the bracket you should add means add, subtract means subtract, multiply means multiply, divide means divide, anything. Understand about format of function? So format of function used as a that using curly braces to is a placeholders. Okay. Understand this program? So you are going to add two numbers. For that, two variables you are declaring num1 and num2. First variable you are entering the first number. Second variable you are entering the second number. Then you are giving format of function. So in format of function, inside the print statement, you are giving the sum of two numbers, number 1 and number 2, and storing the result in the third variable. So what's the thing you need to give in format of function? Dot. So format of how many numbers you are entering? 2. 2 numbers entering the variable num1, comma num2. Then so you need to add that, you need to give in bracket num1 plus num2, 3 bracket. Okay. So say now run the program and take the output. So what output you will get? Number 1. So you need to enter the first number. Then number 2. So you need to enter the second number. 2 numbers you are entering. So immediately if you are entering the number, so the format of function. So here number 1, 34, comma 54. So it will add 34 plus 54, answer is 18. That result is stored in here. So sum of first number 34 and second number 54, the result is stored in curly brace. Understand? So this is very, very important question. So next, please all of you take your textbooks. So this tabular column also very, very important. Mostly they will ask 2 more questions or 3 more questions. Sometimes they will ask 5 more questions also from this tabular column. So like last chapter we have studied on tabular column, no? Similarly, many 4 or 5 chapters I think it's so. This like tabular column will be there. Each and every tabular column is very, very important. Okay? Please please don't ignore it. So all the tabular columns you should study. Okay. So in this tabular column, most of the things you have studied in the last year itself. So have you all taken? Have you all taken your textbooks? So take this textbook. Have you all taken? Please take it. Take fast. So don't waste time. Please take it. Okay. So in your textbooks, take page number 123. Okay, page number 123. So listen. So first thing. Okay, this is the string functions. So last chapter we have studied about some mathematical functions, built-in functions. So here string functions, built-in string functions. Okay, so listen, first thing. So first thing, len of str. Okay, len of str. What's the meaning of this one means? It will return the length of the particular string. You are giving one word. Length means if you are giving one word means it will count how many letters are there in the word. Okay, so it will count and return the count as a output. That means number of characters. How many words are there in a letter? Understand? So what's the use of len function? It will return the how many characters are there in the given string. Okay. So listen, that's the description. So it will return the length of your given string. So example, they have given a variable in a variable A. They are giving a word corporation. So you are going to print the length of the particular word. So which function you need to give? Print of len. Len of which variable? A. So in the variable A only you are giving the word corporation. So which variable you need to print len of A? So count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So how many characters are there totally? 11. So what output you will get? 11. Understand? So what's the use of len of? It will return the length of the particular string. So it will count the number of characters in given string. Understand? So if they ask for 2 mark question means please write this one, then description as well as example. Then only you will get full mark. Only if you are writing the definition, you can't be able to get the full mark. Only if you write the definition means they will give half mark or 1 mark only. So you should write the description along with example. Then only you will get full marks. Okay. Then second thing is capitalize of. Okay. What's the second function? Capitalize of. Name itself having capitalize. What's the meaning of capitalize means? So it will capitalize if you are giving one word. So if you are giving this function means it will capitalize the first letter. So always you will write the starting letter with capital letter only. Isn't it? So any paragraph or any sentence if you are writing the starting letter always you will write with capital letter. So what's the use of capitalize of? So the capitalize means it will use to capitalize the first character of the string. Okay. So listen. See this example. in a variable, which variable they are giving city, one variable, they are giving one word, but you should give in small letters. Then only it will return the output with capital letter. Okay. So in all the letters they are given with small letter Chennai. Now they are going to capitalize this word. So inside the print they are given which variable you need to call? City. City dot what function you need to call? Capitalize of. Okay. So all the function you need to call. Okay. So here city this variable, because in this variable only you are giving the word Chennai. So this city dot which function you are going to call? Capitalize of. So what output you will get? What's the use of capitalize of function? It will capitalize the first letter of the word. So it will see the output. First letter is capitalized. Remaining all the letters, only first letter only it will capitalized. Don't think capitalized means it will capitalize all the letters, only starting letter alone it will capitalize. Understand? So see the examples and study, then only you will get understand. Okay. Then next one, listen. Sender, comma, with, comma, fill character. Okay. So what's the use of this mean? So for example, if you are going to write one paragraph, you will put one heading. Isn't it? So always you should put the heading in center or in the sign. Headings always you will align in the center, or you will write the heading as a center, main heading. And also you will underline or make some designs, isn't it? So for that purpose you are going to use which one? Center, for center alignment with some extra strings or extra characters or extra some symbols. Okay, so that one, for that purpose we are using which one? Center. Okay, so this is the format for or syntax for using center of function. So listen, center of bit comma fill character. Bit means, so first it will calculate the entire, for example in a line how many spaces will be there, for example 20. So it will calculate the 20, then it will move based on that calculation, it will allocate the width at the center. Understand? Then fill character. Fill character means it will fill. So if whatever you are giving inside that symbols are for decorations, you will give symbols or dashes or plus or anything that you can give in fill character. Now read it. So what's the using of sender? Returns the string with the original string centered to the total width of columns. That means, for example, listen, see this example. So this column width is from here to here. From here to here, the column width. So if you are giving, here they are giving 15. So it will calculate the entire width and it will allocate the string in center. Okay. And next thing, filled with the fill char in columns. Do not have characters. That means fill char means you are not, don't give in the characters. In the place of that, you need to give some symbols or anything. Understand? So see this example. So in this one variable str1, they are giving the word welcome. So now you are going to align this word in center. Okay, then in print statement you are giving print that with this str1 dot where you are going to allocate in center. So how many places they are giving? 15. That means from 15. Okay. So after the width they are giving in 15. So 15 place. So 15. So after that fill characters. What do you mean by fill character? So it will, that means from first to last, it will fill this one. Filled with what symbols you are giving, with that symbol it will fill. See the output. So between this character, front and back, so it will, what symbols you are giving, that symbol will come front and back. Okay. So it will allocate the particular sentence or particular word at center. Understand, that's the use of center of. Understand? So if you are studying this one, please read the examples and study. Then only you will get to understand. Okay. Next thing. Find sub start comma end. So here you are going to find the some substring. So what do you mean by substring? For example, a word, one word is there, full word. For example, here, see this example, mammal. One word is there, mammals. So in this word, 3 letters, M-A-M, ma. You are taking only first 3 letters. So that 3 letter we are calling as a substring. So full word, mammals, we are calling as a string or main string. So you are slicing some characters from there, we are calling as a substring. Okay. So here you are going to find the substring for the given string. Okay, you are giving some substrings. So you are going to search the substrings from the main string. Okay, so and also it will return the index value for the substrings. That means from where you are giving some substring, so from where the substrings will start. Okay, so it will return the index value for the substrings. That means from where the substrings will start. So if the substring is not exist means it will return -1 as an output. Always it will take the end index value n-1. That already you know. Python always take the last index value at n-1. So here you are going to give find substring. Which substring you are going to search. That substring you are going to give. Then start index. Index value for start. End. Then end index. End index 5 means it will take 4. Last index value always the Python will take n-1. Okay, so what's the use of find of this one? You see, read it. Used to find the search the first occurrence of the substring. That means you are going to give some substring. You are going to find the substring from first occurrence. That means first where onwards the substring will start. So it will return the index for the substring from where the substring starts. If the substring is not exist means it will return the index value as -1. Always it will take the last index value n-1. Understand? So now see the example. So what's one string, one variable you are giving st1, what word they are giving? Mammals. Okay. First you are going to find str1 dot find of. What's the function you are going to find? Find of. So substring, here you are not giving any index value. That's optional. If you need means you can give, otherwise leave it. Only you are giving which one? Substring. 2 words. This is a substring. What? MA. So what's the use of this function? It will return always the index value from where the substring starts. So see, first you should, please listen. So take a textbook and listen it. So here first you need to put the index value. Index put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total how many? 6. Okay. So what's the thing of what's the use of find a function? It will return the starting index value for the substring. So MA. So first 2 letters MA. What's the starting index value for M? 0. So these 2 letters, from where onwards the index value starts, that you will get the output. Okay. So what's the index value you will get? 0. MA starting from here. So what's output you will get? 0. So it will return the index value for the substring. Next, see the example next. So str1, same string, str1 find of MA comma 2. Okay. So they have given the index value as 2. Okay. So count it. 0, 1, 2. Okay. Listen. 2 means listen. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So in between, so this MA will start, from where onwards this MA will start. Okay. So find of MA comma 2. Okay. From which place onwards this MA will start. Okay. So listen. So in this example they are giving. So in this find MA comma 2. Only they have given one index value. One index value means starting index. Okay. So only one index they have given means you need to consider that as a starting index value. So what's the starting index they have given? 2. What's the meaning? From 2 onwards, from where the substring MA will start. So count it. 0, 1, 2. Okay. So after this, from which index value onwards the word MA will start. So from which? From here. Here on MA is there, no? From 3 onwards the word MA is there. So the output you will get as 3. Understand how you will get the output as 3. So here you are giving the substring MA and the index value you are giving starting index value as a 2. So what's the starting in 0, 1, 2. So from here you need to take the search, you need to start from here. So after from here 2, from which index value onwards the MA is there. From which index value onwards? 3 onwards. So the answer you will get is a 3. Understood? So next, same thing they are giving str1 dot find out MA2 comma 4. So always the last index value it will take minus 1. So 4 minus 1, 3. So 2 comma 3, 2, 2, 3. So listen, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So till between 2 and 3, whether the word MA is there, only M is there. So you need to find the word MA. So 0, count it, 0, 1, 2, 3. Between 2 and 3, only the word M is there. So the output it will display the output as minus 1. So it already you have studied, if the match is not found, means it will return the value minus 1. If the search fails, means what answer it will give, the index value it will return as minus 1. Understand? Next thing, see, str1 find 2 comma 5. So you are going to find the word MA from index value 2 to 5. That means, read it, 2 to 5 means, see, 0, 1, 2. So from here to 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 5 minus 1, 4. Till 4. So the till here. So MA with the word MA is starting from 3. So once you will get confused, means please sit in a place and just once you 2 or 4 or 5 times just you read and understand this example and start. Otherwise surely you will get confused. That I know. Okay. So only one index value means you should know that's a starting index. So 2 index values there means starting index and ending index. So last index value always take from minus 1, n minus 1. Okay, what's the meaning means if you are giving the index value from that index onwards this word, from where onwards this word starts, that index value you need to write. If the search fail means the answer you will get is minus 1. Understand? Yes. Next thing is all num. This and all you have studied in the last year itself. Is all num. Okay, whether you have studied in the last year? So last year in C++ program you have studied all this. Are you remembering? Listen, is all num. What's the meaning of is all num means? So it will return if we are giving some letters or words. If characters is there means, so it will return true. Is all, that means alphanumeric. Okay, alphanumeric. Okay. So it will return true. When means it will return true if you are giving the word or symbols, particular sentence, we are giving some sentence. In that sentence, a word, character, English characters as well as numbers are there means it will return output or answer as a true. If space, symbol, that and all there means it will return answer as a false. So only it will accept the English characters as well as what? Numbers, digits, 1, 2, 3, that digits as well as ABCD letters. But a space also it won't consider. Otherwise symbols, some extra symbols will be there means also it won't consider. So it will give the output as a false. So all means alphanumeric. Okay, alphabets as well as numbers. That like you remember. Okay, see this example. So in the word str1 they have given a word save space earth. So they are checking whether this is an alphanumeric or not. So str1 dot is all num of. Which function? Is all num of. So what output you will get? False. Why? Here between save and earth a space is there. So what I said, space is not allowed in is alphanumeric. Okay. So you will get the output as true. Sorry, you will get the output as false. Okay. So see the next example. So there save one earth dot is all num of. Okay. Whether here in this word save one English alphabet is there. So you are going to check whether this word is alpha num. Yes, you will get the output as true. Why? It will contain English alphabets with numbers. So you will get the output true. There is no special symbols as well as no spaces there. So the output is true. Understand? Understand or not? Yes. Next thing is alpha. Alpha means, so it will check only the given word is a character or not. It will accept only the words, English characters. It won't accept numbers and symbols. That means alpha, alphabet. Okay, is alpha. So given string is an alphabet or not. If an alphabet means, it will give the output as true. Okay, any other thing if you are giving means, it will return the output as false. So see the example. So here they are giving a word, click 1, 2, 3. They are giving, you are going to check is alpha, whether what output you will get, false. Why? With the word you are giving some numbers. Numbers is all accepted. So the answer you will get as a false. Okay. But next line, see Python. So you are giving a word Python. Then so each thing, each function if you are giving means you need to give dot. Okay. So this word Python dot is alpha. So this is an English letter. So what output you will get? True. Understand? Next thing is digitof. Is digitof means, so it will check only the given thing is a given input is a numbers. Okay. So if you are giving numbers means your output you will get as a true. Any other thing, characters or symbols if you are giving means output you will get a false. Only it will check the given input is a number, digit. Okay. Digit means given input will contain only numbers. Numbers means you will get the output as a true, otherwise false. See the output. Say here they are giving str1 save space earth. So they are checking this word str1 dot is digitof. So whether any numbers you are giving, no. You are giving the word. So you will get the output as a false. In the place if you are giving 1, 2, 3 means you will get the output as a true. Digits means you will get the output as a true. Understand? So next thing, lower of. Okay. Lower of means if you are giving some words, that same words it will return as a small letters, lowercase. Lowercase means small letters. So you are, see the example. So str1 saver, they have given some words in capital letter. So you are going to convert this capital letter into a small letter. So which function you need to use? Lower of. So this word str1 dot lower of. So particular word will displayed in a small letter. Understand? Next is upper of. Upper means just opposite. So given letters it will considered as a what? Lower of means it will change the characters into a small letter. But the difference between this lower of and is lower of means always is alpha, is solnum. Always is, if is there means it will return true or false only. Okay, just like you remember. Is alpha, is digit of, is numeric of, is lower of, is upper of. That means always it will return the output as true and false. But lower of this and all, just opposite it will give the output. Okay. So is lower of. What mean? So it will check the string in lower case. Lower case means it will give the output as true, but just opposite means it will give the output as false. So here they are giving one string welcome. So always whether this welcome is in small letter? Yes. So you are going to check str1 dot. This is lower of. So now the string is in small letter. So what output you will get? True. So is upper of means just opposite. So it will check whether the given string is uppercase. That means capital letter. Capital letter means you will get output as true. Small letter means you will get as a false. See. So here they are giving str1 welcome of. So even you are checking this is a is upper of. So whether this is a capital letter? No. So your output will getting as a false. Okay. Next one, upper of. Upper of means it will convert the given letters into a capital letters. Okay, same letters. If you are giving some words, the same words it will convert into a capital letter. So listen. So in this word you are giving welcome. Small letter. So you are changing as upper of. So the small letter will converted into capital letter. So now can you find the difference between is upper and so the symbol upper of function? So next thing is title of. So what do you mean by title? So title, so always returns means the first starting letter of the title will come in capital letter, isn't it? And also it will return at the center. So that's the use of title. If you are giving the particular two words, education department, but you are giving small letter. If you are giving title of, so see the first letters of the words it written as a capital letter. See, education, E is given in capital letter and D is displayed in capital letter. That's the use. The title, it will display the first letter as a capital letter. Okay. Next thing, swap case of. So swap, what do you mean by swap? Swap means just opposite. Okay. So if a small letter letters will be displayed in capital letter and capital letters displayed in small letters. Okay. That is called what? Swap case of. Understand? This and all very, very important. Okay. Next thing. So, last we can see this one. First study this. ORD of CHAR of. This and all last chapter itself we have study. ORD. What do you mean by ORD of? It will give the ASCII for the particular character. Okay. So, last chapter itself we have study. ORD of. ORD means what? ASCII. It will return the ASCII character for the particular given character. So, here giving a letter CH equal to A. So, you are going to check this. Check the value for ASCII character for the letter A. So print OR, the function name is ORD of which variable CH. So what's the ASCII value of A? 65. Similar thing, ASCII ORD of B means 66. Okay, so it will return the ASCII characters. Next, CHR of. CHR of means just opposite. Okay, so if you are going to give some ASCII values, it will return the corresponding characters for the ASCII values. Okay, just opposite to the same function last chapter you study. So you are giving CH equal to 97. So now you are going to check CHR of CH. So what's 97? The value of 97 is A. Likewise, value of 87 is W. It will return the character for that ASCII values. Understand? So now here count str beg comma end. So this is similar to find function. Find we have studied no substring, same only, but here it will give the count. Okay, here it will give the count. There it will return the index value, but here it will represent what? It will give the output as a count, number of counts. Okay, so what's the meaning of this one? It will return the number of substrings. Okay, so what do you mean by substring? Taking some strings from the main string. Okay, you are going to take some strings from the main string, that is called substring. So it will return how many counts will be there for the substring. Okay, returns the number of substring occurs with the given range. You are giving some range. What do you mean by range? Beginning index as well as ending index. So within this index, how many counts will be the substrings have? Understand? So if you are not giving the index value, means it will take the entire word as a index value. Okay, so now see the example, then only you will get understand. So str1, in the word you are giving Raja Cholan. So first print str1 count of Raja. You are going to count Raja, this word how many times is occurred between this letters. So how many times Raja? 1, 2 times. So how many counts you will get? 2. Next, listen. So str1 here, but here you are not giving any index value. So it will take the entire sentence to count. Okay. Next, str1 count of R. Okay. So with the small letter, so add also one thing, it is case sensitive. Case sensitive means here capital letter means you need to give capital letter. Small letter means small letter. So listen, here you are going to count the small letter R. So whether any small letter R is there in the sentence? No. So you will get the output as 0. Understand? Same thing, you are going to count capital letter R. So how many times capital letter R is there? 1, 2. 2 times. So output you will get as a 2. Okay. Next, str1 count of A. So how many times A will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So entire sentence 5. So 5 times. Next you are going to count A between the index 0 to 5. Last index means 5 minus 1, 4. So 0 to 4, count it. Index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many times A is there? 4 means up to this. So how many times A is there? 2 times. Okay. Next says str1 count of A, comma, this is not 11. Okay, 1. It is a printing mistake, not 11, 1. So between 1, see 1, 0, 1. How many A is there? Only 1. This is not 11, don't get confused, 1. So how many A will be there? 1. Okay. So today up to this NF. So this tabular column very, very important. So today what are the things I have taught? Escape sequence, format of function, as well as built-in string function. This tabular column very, very important question, as well as this format of function. Surely you need to study. So after completion of this session, so please study this tabular column and write and see. And also format of question, study and write. So this is the homework for you. Thank you students. Remaining we can continue next class. Thank you.